Welcome to the Hood Journal Podcast. I'm here with
Mamadou. Call me Tony.
Tall. What's going on, bro? We go way back. I first appreciate you for you giving me the sense of inspiration to first start off my blog, which is grown into the platform that it is now. I was introduced to the word blog in the summer of 2019 before I started my freshman year, and I'm thinking that you have to be an established writer to like have a blog to be able to put out written articles on the internet and shit like that. And towards the first semester of my freshman year, you came up to me in Cooper and you told me how you had a sports writing page, and I seen like how professional it was and how like detailed your platform was. I was like, wow, if my mans could do it, then I know I definitely could do it. So just seeing somebody older than me, like a big brother figure, able to do that, it gave me the inspiration that I needed to go forward with my work. I started doing my articles. You were always one of the main people sharing it, supporting it. You've had an amazing impact on my life.
Yeah, bro, that shit ain't about nothing, bro. Just gotta pay it forward, bro. Like, cause I was once in the same position as you, bro. There wasn't a lot of, people of our color, bro, in journalism when I was there, but it was somebody named Glass.
Okay. Shout
out to Glass, and somebody named Mason. Shout out to Mason. For me, they pretty much, put the battery in my back to start something. Cause they saw something in me. So, feel me? When Sean introduced me to you, I was like, bro,
shout out Sean.
He's a freshman, bro. He's starting now. Like, I'm West African. My parents are from Guinea. My pops is part Senegalese, but he grew up in Guinea and all that. And I was born in the States. Older brother and older sister were born in Africa. Born in East Harlem. Grew up in East Harlem. Went to school in East Harlem. It was very diverse to say the least. Like, I grew up in El Barrio, Spanish Harlem, so it was like, you feel me, a lot of Spanish people around. So I was, for me, I got to see that side of Harlem. Right. Of course, I grew up around a lot of people that were African, similar to me, around African Americans, you feel me. So I got to see like almost every part of like the minority experience with all the people. I mean, growing up, it wasn't until like middle school where it really hit me like I was from the hood, or some people might call it the trenches. Like, it didn't really hit me because like up until like 7th grade, 8th grade, like life was pretty much fun, bro. Like, I was playing soccer, chilling with my friends, playing basketball, chilling with my friends.
It's like you didn't notice your surroundings.
I didn't notice anything until the people I went to school with started getting into that life, and then I started seeing people I know, like, for me, go to jail, or for me, get in those type of situations, and it's just like made me really open my eyes. Like, yo, this, like, I thought shit was sweet. This shit not that sweet, bro. My parents instilled that in me early. Like, they would not, like, I'm African, bro. Like, I feel like almost everybody should know how that be. Like, they don't play that. Like, for me, it was straight, go to school. Either you go to basketball practice. When I was playing basketball, that's it. You go straight home. And that's what I was doing. I really wasn't outside like that.
I wanted to ask, when did you begin playing basketball?
Like 8th grade. Because before that, I was just like, fuck around, just go shoot. But I was just like, I played soccer before that. So I was playing basketball outside during recess. I guess I jump high.
How tall were you back then?
5'10", 5'11".
That's tall for like for a middle schooler.
Yeah. So we was playing ball one day. I guess I caught a couple blocks. One of my teachers at the school, shout out Mr. Davis. He told me, he was like, yo, you should try to play basketball. Put me on the team, and from there, I was it. I just started playing ball. I left soccer alone, fell in love with the sport of basketball.
That's tough. What position were you playing back then?
5'11", bro. They had me playing like center or power forward.
So you were OG Kemba Mutombo. I feel like every African, like,
they call
kids
me
from African
Ibaka,
countries and shit like that, they're lanky, they're athletic, they just work on pure instinct, and like you can't help but put them at center, and they just dominate defensively.
That's what I'm saying. They used to call me Ibaka.
That's tough. I fuck with that. Right, yeah. What was high school basketball like for you?
High school basketball was like, that was like, I developed like a love-hate relationship with basketball because of high school. High school basketball, like freshman year, JV, barely played. Sophomore year, got PT, was a great year. One of my favorite years ever playing basketball. Junior year, bad season for us. Senior year, I wanted to quit, but
you really wanted to quit?
I wanted to quit basketball and just, you feel me, focus on getting money, bro. Like, get a job or some shit.
What made you want to do that? Like, you're in your last year. I'm assuming you're one of the leaders of the team. What made you want to quit basketball?
Bro, it was like lack of playtime, like shit like that, bro. Like, you feel me, the political side of it, bro. And I was just like, mentally, I was just doubting myself. So I was just like, yo, bro, I should just stop this shit. But thankfully, my friends talked me into staying. For me, I stayed and I enjoyed the last time playing with my guys. Not to sound like morbid or anything, but for me, I pretty much gave up on like trying to go pro with basketball. And the junior year, I realized, I was like, yeah, like, for me, I'm not one of those guys.
It's not as realistic as I wanted to be, I guess.
But it played an important role in my life because through that, I realized like I might not be able to play, but if I can find a way to stay within the sport, like, it's perfect.
Impact. When did you develop your passion for writing, loving the game of basketball outside of actually playing it?
My love for writing, it came out of like nowhere for real. Like I was a big fan of First Take and all those shows, and like big fan of Stephen A. Smith, respect him all that. When I looked into his story, like I found out he was a writer who also played ball. He didn't make it pro, but he had the writing thing. He was able to stay connected to the sport. From there, it was just like, yo, how can I stay like connected to like basketball, bro, just sports in general? Like the easiest way for me, at least, was writing. Like I feel like I'm a decent writer.
Right.
So you can always improve. So I was just like, if I just focus on writing, and try to stay connected to the sport, I will never have a career where I'm not happy. Like as long as I'm connected to something I focus.
Basically combining two things that you love.
I started off writing like poetry, bro. Yeah, bro, I used to write poems and shit.
I did not know that.
Like from there, it was like, yo, like I'm done with this poetry shit. For me, I love poetry though. It's just like
It just wasn't for you, I guess.
Yeah, at that time I was just like, yo, I gotta shift my focus towards something else. So I started writing like sports stories. Shout out to Glass again. Glass put me on the Medium, and one of my professors put me on the Medium. So I would write stories, publish it on Medium, and you feel me, throw it up on my story on IG and shit. People would show love. And then from there, I was like, yo, I could really keep doing this. So from there, I just kept doing it. One day, went to the library with Sean, AB, and Jordan.
That's the big four right there.
And my son Jeremy. I made the blog site. I made Hoop Views that day. And then, well, here we are now.
For those that don't know, what is Hoop Views in your definition?
A platform that finds a way to integrate music, culture, and fashion, all from all in the basketball perspective. Because if you play basketball, you know that music is a huge music is a part of basketball. Like, I feel like it's part of the culture. Fashion is a part of the culture. Pop culture is a part of the culture. So I feel like if I could find a way to talk about all those things from the views of a hooper, because I might not be an NBA player or a D1 player, but I'm a hooper at heart. So basically, it's just finding a way to write about shit and connecting it to basketball. In college, you take classes related to your major. So I took a sports writing class one semester. And pretty much from the class, I already pretty much knew like what I had to do, like what I would have to research, how to format the story. I learned a lot from writing the story, because the research you have to do, you learn a lot.
What's a take that you've made in one of your stories that you wish you could take back?
PG is overrated, something like that.
Oh yeah, after the playoffs, after the 2020 playoffs.
Yeah. I would take that one back. You know, I was a little hard on him.
I feel like at that time it was popular to hate on Paul George.
It wasn't hate,
but criticize his
play. It was the way he went about it. You know, I didn't like that he went to OKC. Said that he would stay there after telling Indiana he would stay there, and I laughed. Shout out to Paul George, man. I apologize.
The way you came back in 2021 was crazy. What was the most memorable piece that you wrote?
I wrote a piece around the time that George Floyd got murdered.
Seen that.
That piece got a large reception. A lot of people liked that. It's one of my favorites. I also enjoyed my first music piece that you played a role in me. You played a role in me writing that.
The Joey Badass one?
Yeah, 1999 one. That was one of my favorites.
You were more than a year in with Hoop Views, and you decided to drop the Joey Badass piece. What was the reasoning behind wanting to go in a different direction?
Inspiration, to say the least. Like, you feel me? I saw what you was doing, and I was like, yo, he's really like finding a way to integrate all the things he fucks with into his platform. And I really fuck with that. I even reached out to you like, yo, like I'm thinking about writing a music piece. Like, what do you think? You told me to go for it, and I went for it. I'm glad I did, bro.
It really showed me like a different dimension of your writing. I was like, this is like so, like I appreciate it. Like, this is so refreshing to see. How do you balance having a blog and being a college student? How do you balance? Because there's like two professions at one.
Can't lie to you, that shit is fake tough, bro. Because it's like my writing style. I feel like I write too much.
Not be like that. You gotta get all your thoughts out.
Yeah, so it's like,
I feel you.
Like when I write a story, like it might take me a couple days, because I feel like I gotta get everything in there. Like I reread it, I try to read it and make sure it reads smoothly.
Right.
So it might take me a while, and then on top of that, you got school. Like, can't lie to you, this COVID shit hasn't made school any easier for me, at least.
That's a fact.
I'm a person that likes to sit in the classroom and actually learn. This online shit wasn't it for me. It was tough, but I feel like, you know, this shit is all part of the plan. I'm just learning to handle it.
Because I know one part about being a writer is trying to be comfortable in uncomfortable situations to get out the best. That's probably what it was.
That's exactly what it was.
I wanted to ask you, how's your mental health?
Roller coaster, I guess. It's like peaks and valleys, bro. Like there's moments where shit is like, you know, great. Like I'm happy and shit. Like past year I traveled more than I've ever traveled in my life. Like,
you was all over the world.
Yeah, I went to Dubai. Like that's one of the like the peaks. Like that was one of the happy moments. And then you have moments where you like family stuff. That's a low moment. And then lost one of my friends recently, like my son AB. peaks and valleys, but it's like I've learned how to deal with it, sort of. But then at the same time, the pandemic doesn't make it any easier because while I'm up at school, I'm alone most of the time. So it's like really sitting there with your thoughts, really thinking about shit. Like,
right, not much to do. Can't really go outside to really do what you like.
Yeah.
So many restrictions. Takes a toll on people.
I'm not telling nobody to do this. This is what I do. I smoke, bro. I smoke weed, bro. So it's like,
It'd be like that.
I smoke weed to help, you know, deal with the stress. What I would tell people is talk to somebody. Like talking to somebody like works wonders, bro. Like I don't talk a lot, but I've noticed that when I do, it's like you get stuff off your chest or find an outlet, find a way to leave the pain or stress that's following you. Like you could play ball, play soccer, you could write, make music, like whatever you do, whatever is your outlet, you just gotta find that and like use that to,
and in a positive way as well.
Yeah, make sure you don't find yourself in like a stagnant position where you're like, describe it's like you're just stuck in like a rut, like
right, that you can't get out of.
Yeah, you just feel like shit. Like,
I commend you for like sharing how you really feel on camera, and then also for giving some great advice, because I know mental health is something that I dealt with during the semester, and I saw the impact that being able to talk to somebody, just do things that make you happy, that are positive, that where you can express yourself. I see what kind of positive impact that can have, so I really do appreciate that answer. What are your goals as a writer? What do you hope to accomplish, and what kind of legacy you want to leave behind as a person, also as a writer?
And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna write a book. Like, I want to write a book. I don't know what the book is gonna be about. I also want to work in the sports industry, but sports writer, sports analyst, feel me, work my way up. I'm not very comfortable on camera yet, but like I would love to write for like outlets like Complex or
Bleacher
Report or The Ringer, like stuff like that. Like that's where my focus is right now for the most part.
That being said, let's get into our quick hitters. First question, I want to ask you, what's one thing you want to do that you haven't done yet?
I want to skydive, bro.
I always hear this answer, I swear.
Yeah, I want to skydive, bro. But it's like, I'm not doing that shit now. Because it's like, what if I, for me, go out skydiving? Like, I'm waiting till like, for me, 40s.
Right.
Gotta do that shit.
As someone that smokes a lot of weed, would you skydive under the influence?
No.
Why not?
I feel like I'm gonna die, bro.
You feel you're gonna die?
Yo, bro. Because, bro, I can't lie to you, bro. There'd be times where I'd be high, bro. And it's like, I'm panicking, bro. Like, now imagine jumping out of a plane, like,
that's heavy.
Fall into the ground, bro. Like, my
Do you think you will remember to like pull?
Oh, no. I'm going with somebody, bro. Just can't leave me to do that. My son Max, man. I don't know if he would do it.
Probably gotta have.
No, yeah, I probably gotta talk. I might have to convince him about that. Like, but I don't know. My son Max is tough. He might be with it.
He's a different breed, if you know. You know.
Shout out that Demon Max, man.
Shout out Max the Demon. You know about the white boy. Music Mount Rushmore, your 4 favorite artists of all time, and you can have honorable mentions as well.
Time, you got Nas, of course.
Okay, Queensbridge.
That's the number 1. You got Hove.
Okay, Jay-Z.
I would say Cole.
J. Cole, tough. Okay.
And I have to throw in like Kendrick, bro.
Kendrick, okay.
Or Joey.
For any honorable mentions?
I'm listening to a lot of Herb, a lot of Shawnee. Russ, shout out Russ, he's nice.
Russ, I have not heard of Russ.
Yeah,
in a minute. Okay.
I got a piece coming out about that album real soon.
Thoughts on the recent Shawnee Bin Laden album?
The Merry Wickmas too.
Right.
He's a sample king, bro. Like I said in my story, bro, king of samples, bro. That's what he does, bro. And he makes short music, bro. You don't gotta sit there for too long.
Right. No, he's tough. He's underrated. He's gonna come crazy in 2022
for sure.
If you could have dinner with any 5 people, dead or alive, who would they be and why?
Malcolm X.
Tough.
Malcolm X, Kobe.
R.I.P. Kobe.
R.I.P. Kobe.
I love that.
James Baldwin.
Okay.
I did took a class where we learned about him. He's a pretty interesting figure in history. I'd probably talk to my fucking grandfather.
Oh.
I was named after him. I never met him, so I'd probably talk to him.
That's wrong.
Hakeem Olajuwon.
Hakeem Olajuwon, that's tough.
Hakeem.
Very, like, one of the most underrated players of all time.
Yeah, bro. Hakeem, cause like he's from West Africa. He's Nigerian.
That's tough.
Muslim. He was one of the first few players that I heard of like fasting during an NBA season and playing, bro.
That's different.
That's tough to me. Like I want to ask him about like his experience in America, how it feels and all that.
Part of that question is, what's on the menu for that dinner? What y'all gonna eat that day?
Man, I'm a big halal food fan, bro.
A word? Okay.
You gonna have to eat some halal food, man. Like I'm not into all that like extravagant, expensive shit.
You going chicken over rice, lamb over rice?
Give me chicken over rice, feel me?
Let's say that.
Go crazy.
This past summer, you lost a close dear friend to you, AB. I wanted to ask you, what was your favorite memory with AB? And for those that don't know, what kind of person was AB?
Bro, he was always like happy, bro. Like whenever I seen him, he was always like in a great mood. He was always happy. He was always joking around. Like it was never a dull moment when I seen him. Like I remember moments when I seen him in the summer. Like he was seeing me, dap me up.
Tough.
Last time I seen him was we went to Brooklyn Bridge Park to hoop. Me and his brother. That was probably my favorite one because we drove down there and shit. We was talking. Like, he was always like a positive person, bro. Like always. Like he would even tell me about my writing shit. He'd be like, yo, you're gonna do something with that shit. Like give me words of encouragement. Like from what I knew, from what I knew about him, like he was never a dull moment. He was always a positive guy, always happy.
Right. Sounds like an amazing person. Someone that supported you and encouraged you to continue with your craft. How do you plan on carrying on his legacy?
Straight balling like I'm AB, bro. For life, bro. Whatever I do now is just like I'm gonna try to do it with excellence, with motivation, with passion, bro. Because that's how AB moved about. Whenever he cared about something, he moved in a way that was like, yo, you could see he obviously cares about it.
Right.
I'm trying to instill that in my life.
Right. And I'm pretty sure that's what he wants you to do at the end of the day. So, all right, rest in peace, AB.
R.I.P. AB, man.
NBA Mount Rushmore. Your 4 favorite NBA players of all time.
Bron.
Okay.
Hakeem.
Okay.
Kobe. MJ.
MJ. Okay. You kept it safe. I like that. Okay. Any honorable mentions?
Kevin Durant, bro. He's, I don't know, man. He's just different.
Different
He's just a different type of walkie. Him and Kyrie, bro. Like those two right there. There's just something about the way they get buckets. It's like,
I love Kyrie.
Like it's like an art to it. I don't know how to describe it.
Your thoughts on Kyrie coming back as a part-time player? I personally it's good to see him back, but I just me personally, I want to see him play every single game and see the Nets at their full potential every day, rather than just on road games.
Up until recently, Bradley Beal wasn't vaccinated either.
Right.
Nobody was really talking about that because he plays in Washington D.C.
Right. They don't have the rules.
They don't have the mandates and stuff. So it's like when he first refused to do it, I was like, yo, bro. From what we've seen of Kyrie, I don't know the nigga, but he's a person that if he believes in something, he's gonna stick by it.
That's a fact.
So if he doesn't want to get a vaccine, that's his choice, bro. Like that's his choice. You gotta respect it. But now that they're allowing him to play, it's like finally,
fucking, we get to see him,
bro. We miss this.
I respect his stance, but as a fan, I just want to see him play.
I feel you. I want to see him play, but it's like, yo, KD doing what he gotta do, man. Fuck it.
I fuck with that. And last question on the NBA tip. Let's go first. Rookie of the year prediction. This is off the top. I'm going Scotty Barnes.
I'm also going Scotty Barnes.
Okay. Shout out Franz Wagner on the Magic and Evan Mobley. Evan Mobley is a sleeper.
Mobley, yeah, he's sneaky. He's sneaky.
Let's go MVP prediction.
MVP predictions.
I'm going Curry.
All right. I'm gonna give you my MVP, and I'm gonna give you who I think is gonna win.
Right. Okay.
Jokic is my MVP.
Okay. Yeah, he is a bug out.
If you look at the advanced stats, whenever he's sitting on the bench, his team is literally the worst team in the league. Feel me? I feel like he's MVP, and his numbers, he's damn near averaging a triple-double.
Word, I ain't gonna lie, making this shit easy.
But I think Steph is gonna win.
Right, yeah.
It's either Steph or KD.
Because it's a narrative.
So Steph, yeah.
Right, the way they come back. Most important question, finals predictions and winner. I know before the season, Lakers Nets, but
that's so tough. Because for the West, I'm saying Phoenix. Right now, as of right now, it's Phoenix or Golden State for me, but I'm leaning more towards Phoenix.
Okay, and then coming out the West, coming out the East.
Coming out the East is tough because if Kyrie, if the Nets stay healthy, it's the Nets.
Right.
Without a question. But the Bucks, man, Giannis, I don't know, man. After winning that chip, he's unlocked a different mode. I don't know what it is.
I love his hunger.
He's playing with much more poise and confidence. He's
not being content.
Scary, bro.
Suns, Nets, and who would come out in the 7-game series?
Nets. Yeah, bro. Sorry, Chris Paul, but you might not get one game.
Sheesh, that was crazy.
Yo, bro, honestly speaking, bro, I feel like their window was last year, bro. They're still a great team, though.
Your biggest lesson from 2021. At the time of recording, it's a few hours away. What did you learn this year?
A few hours away, man. New Year's Eve day. Make sure you tell the people in your life, what you how you feel about them. You feel me?
Give them their flowers while they still here.
Yeah. I feel like that's the most important thing. A lot of times niggas take shit for granted. Looking back on everything now, it's when you create memories with your friends, you gotta cherish that. You gotta tell your people around you how you feel about them.
Honestly, you never know when they're gonna go.
You never know. Anything can happen, bro. It doesn't even just have to be death, bro. Anything can happen, bro. You always gotta make sure, if a person is important to you, you gotta make sure they know that.
Never know how they feel. That might make their own day.
Exactly. That might uplift somebody, because there were moments when I was down, bro. Somebody reached out to me yo, bro, you good? Care about you, shit like that, bro.
Same thing for me. Times I don't want to talk to nobody. You hit me up, right? Yo, bro, you doing your thing. I'm proud of you.
You're one person when I'm not consistent with my content. You let me know about it. Nah, I fuck with that.
I only do that because I know, like, I gotta chill with that sometimes. Because sometimes I just
not even chill, bro.
I just know what you're capable of.
It's what has to be
it's
done,
like,
bro.
You feel what I'm saying? I see the potential, so it's like.
Yeah, I appreciate you, for real.
Appreciate you, my boy. What do you hope to accomplish in 2022?
I'm gonna take a page out of your book, bro.
Let's hear it.
I might try to start a podcast with my friend Kev. He has his own platform right now called Sucker Free Hoops. Shout out Sucker Free Hoops. Okay. Follow that. Might start a podcast with him when I come back from Oswego.
Bro, I need to hear some debates. Like, I can hear you just with the debates.
He's like the perfect person to do a podcast with. Like, he knows basketball. I played against him in high school and stuff.
Who's one person you want to see next on the Hood Journal podcast?
All right, so my sister Khadijah Slay. You know, her story's pretty tough. Like, I literally sat there and watched that shit like grow. We'll say her.
Anyone you want to shout out? Anything you want to get off your chest?
Shout out my nigga Jay Trenches. Shout out my son KG. Shout out my son Max. Shout out my son Yerms. Shout out my son Chong. Shout out Glass. Shout out Mason. Shout out Andy. Shout out my brother Mike Stacks. Michael, you know, he goes by Mike Stacks. We be here all day, bro. Shout out all my niggas. And if I didn't say your name, bro, don't feel no type of way. If you my nigga, you know.
If you know, you know.
Shout out to you, bro, most of all, bro. Appreciate you, bro.
But I made it deep down when I say, would not be here without niggas being in Cooper. You showed me who's views, and I was like, this is dope. I want to do it too,
bro. That shit is a small moment. Keep doing what you're doing, bro. That shit.
Yeah, man, likewise. Thank you. This was amazing. We finally got it done. I was playing around, but we finally got it done. That's a wrap.